Okay, so you mentioned a potential like music feud. There are a lot of music feuds supposedly.
Mm-hmm.
And the good thing about a music feud is you get lyrics that can swipe back and forth. You know, we've had like Olivia Rodrigo and Sabrina Carpenter. You know, then there was like one of my favorites was when Camilla Bell dated Joe Jonas and Taylor got upset about it and wrote Better Than Revenge.
Oh, yeah. And then she had to change the lyrics because they were too mean.
Yeah. But the fans like the OG one.
I love the OG.
It works much better.
This is why rap is actually my favorite genre of music.
Yeah.
Because like you just get the best music over diss tracks, like Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Oh my God, the best music ever.
So there's a new one brewing.
Mm-hmm.
And The Guardian, who got an early listen of Phoebe Bridgers. Now, are you familiar with Phoebe Bridgers?
I love Phoebe Bridgers.
Yes.
I've seen her live at a music festival and she was very, very talented.
Yeah, incredibly talented. So she's part of Boy Genius, but also a successful solo artist. 4-time Grammy winner, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
So incredible artist. So she has her new album coming out called Lost Weekend. That drops on August 14. But Guardian and like other music journalists around the world get an early listen. It's like
kind of like how we get screeners for movies.
Exactly. And I often get like I do a lot of music writing, so I often get early albums. Haven't heard this one yet, but now I'm like chomping at the bit to hear it. So Guardian did a review on it, gave it a great review, and they printed some lyrics that seemingly take a swipe at Gracie Abrams.
Gracie Abrams, who I also love.
Yeah.
And I also saw live.
Also saw live. Exactly. So do you know the connection there?
I do because I am obsessed with Paul Mescal. We talk about him in great length on this podcast. But I'm not like fully across the like intricacies of his relationships because he's always been quite private. But I knew around the Normal People time he was dating Phoebe Bridgers.
Yeah.
And then that photo at the Met Gala went viral where he's posing with her, but like a zoomed out version of the photo shows he's staring at Daisy Edgar-Jones. They were engaged and I think they broke up.
Indeed.
And then he started dating Gracie.
Yeah.
And Daisy's always just in the realm of it.
Daisy's just there.
Daisy's just there.
Co-stars,
Daisy,
friends.
Yeah.
I think that
the true love of his life.
Or just like the fans really want it. Or maybe he really wanted it. But look, that's neither here nor there.
I mean, he's only obsessed with her.
But I'm going to read you these lyrics. Okay. So this is on the song called The Governor's Waltz. And on the track, Phoebe sings, "She can pretend to be me since she took my place in my bed on that stage."
Oh, wow.
So this is like, I would say pretty pointedly for people who understand all the lore behind this about Gracie. I don't think that there's like much room for error here that it could be about someone else.
Until she took my place on that bed on that stage.
So I'm going to go through a bit of a timeline here for you.
Yeah.
As you know, Paul and Phoebe were together quite a long time, engaged, all that business. They broke up apparently in December 2022. But there was an overlap there with like Phoebe's now with Bo Burnham, has been apparently since December 2022.
Oh.
Whether or not one ended before the other one started, I don't know. And also, as we know with a lot of celebrity relationships, they can often break up before we find out about it.
Weren't they outed by, was it Keith Urban?
So this is amazing. Yes. So there was
this is just
no.
Just came
like
to me.
At Taylor, everything always comes back to Taylor Swift, and it does in this case too. And I'll explain why. So yes, Keith Urban filmed in the Era's tent at the Philadelphia show. He was there with Nicole.
Yeah. It's like the celebrity tent.
The celebrity tent.
Like the people that Taylor Swift invites to come watch her show.
Exactly. So Nicole and Keith, longtime friends of Taylor's. Taylor has had Keith on a song. They are partying, having the night of their lives at Era's. He's like, woo!
Yeah.
Posts this story being like, best time ever. Thank you for having us, Taylor. Having the best time. And of course, in the back, fans all noticed straight away Phoebe and Bo Burnham snogging.
Yeah.
And it just went everywhere. Keith has like been asked about it, I think on Entertainment Tonight, and was like, yikes, like sorry Phoebe, I did expose you, I didn't realise. soz. So, like, that's the thing. What happened in the Eras tent is meant to stay in the Eras tent,
So
but it
true.
didn't that night.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it got...
Like Hugh Grant shots with Travis.
Exactly. So, whether or not there was crossover, who knows, right? What there was definitely no crossover with was Gracie and Paul.
Right.
So, Gracie and Paul were first seen together in June 2024.
Okay.
So that's quite
well after.
Quite a bit later. They were out having dinner in London and that sparked dating rumours. There's probably every chance, again, everything comes back to Taylor, that Gracie met Paul through Taylor.
Yes.
Because Gracie is a good friend of Taylor's. Phoebe is a good friend of Taylor's.
And they both were like supporting acts for her Eras tour.
Both were supporting acts on her Eras tour, and both have also featured on songs with Taylor as well. And they are all still friends with Taylor and were all at her wedding.
Yeah.
So they're like, this is all still happening. Now, there's this weird thing about bed sheets.
Yes.
Have you, like, the bed sheets thing is super weird, and I wasn't even, like, I'd kind of vaguely seen something about it and was like, who cares about that? But I got into it today, obviously.
The only thing that I can think about the bed on the stage, and I might be reading into this, but because I went to Gracie Abrams' concert in Sydney, there's a whole part of her performance, I think it's like halfway through a concert, where the set design changes and she's back in her bedroom and she brings out a bed on stage and she's like on this little piano in front of her bed, and it's set up in like her old bedroom because she wants to take the audience back to COVID days where she was performing in her bedroom on her bed on Zoom calls, and she was just like singing to fans on Zoom calls, and she like has that part of her performance where she's literally on a bed on a stage.
So Phoebe had these bed sheets that featured on her Instagram a lot that were like glow in the dark, like space themed bed sheets.
Yeah.
Then Gracie also had them. And they were the exact same, like, niche glow in the dark bed sheets.
Wait, so did Paul take the bed sheets in the relationship?
No, because it was all before. Like, it was all in COVID years.
Oh.
But Gracie has always, like, maintained right from the start, pre-Paul, before she probably even ever met him, that she loved Phoebe Bridgers, was a huge fan. So whether she saw the bed sheets on Phoebe's Instagram and was like, I need these bed sheets.
They look cool.
They look cool. Like, they are. Glow-in-the-dark space theme. Sure, what's not to love, especially when you're all trapped at home. So she got the bed sheets as well, and then like posted herself on her Instagram wrapped in the bed sheets. And then there was like the whole bed thing on the stage. So this line all of a sudden sounds pretty pointed because it was, as I said before, she can pretend to be me since she took my place in my bed on that stage.
Yeah.
So there's like the bed sheets, there's the X.
And we also
there's
know
the
with
bed on the stage.
Gracie's new album, it was quite highly criticized because of the whole can great artists write great songs after they're in a happy relationship. And there were, I know one song for sure, I'm not sure if there was more, that she co-wrote with Paul Mescal.
Yeah.
So he's also been like really involved in her like music process, which I think adds on to like the harshness of those harsh critiques of being like, I don't like, a lot of people said that it wasn't a good album. It wasn't a normal Gracie Abrams album.
Yeah. I did actually feel like I don't love it as much as her earlier albums, but I love a heartbreak album.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
Absolutely love it. And so Phoebe's like obviously mined through this kind of content for this new album. And I think what's really interesting here is that it's going to spark like so much conversation about whether or not there is a feud between these two. My take on that is like probably not, right?
Yeah.
But that it would obviously have been something that was interesting to Phoebe to happen. She moved on before he did, and she moved on with Beau long before Paul and Gracie got together.
Yeah.
So it's not like Gracie stole her guy, right?
Yeah.
So I think like sometimes when you're like trying to write these songs and you're sitting there in the writer's room and you're thinking about like, you know, all the different kind of things in your past that you're pulling stuff from, that this is just something that's kind of like come to her.
Yeah, it was like one of her sliding door moments.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is always the best place to write from an artist. So I think exactly what you said. I don't think it's a feud, but I also think Phoebe Bridgers knows how to write a good song and knows what will get her good reviews.
And also what people will talk about.
Yeah, that's so true.
You know, and you wonder how much is done because it does generate conversation as well. And of course, it's like the first thing Guardian pulled out when they were writing about this album.
Oh my God. I wonder if Paul's right now in his group chat with Joe Alwyn in the Tortured Man's group chat going, oh my God, guys, it's happening again.
It's happening again. Well, that Tortured Man's group chat is him,
Joe
Andrew
Alwyn.
Scott, Joe Alwyn. But then Paul and Andrew were like, oh, we never write in it. I actually think that Joe's left out in the cold in that chat.
Maybe Joe's just writing by himself in that chat and no one's replying to him.
Do you know what I most want to know?
What?
Does Gracie still have the bed sheets? And has Paul experienced both sets of the same bed sheets?
Oh my God, yes.
Because that would be so weird. That's such a niche thing to happen.
I feel like the minute she would have started dating Paul, she would have been like, this is too weird. I need to get rid of the bed sheets. It's too much. It's already in my show. Like I've already made a big thing about beds. I can't be doing this.
You know, Gracie back in the day actually opened for Phoebe as well.
Really?
So they've like kind of had this like.
So is that how she would have met Paul?
Oh, okay.
Oh my God. Did we just uncover something?
Maybe.
No, can't
maybe
be
there
right.
is more to this.
That can't. I just remember those first paparazzi shots of Paul and Gracie at dinner and he's like holding her face and he's like, they're just like having this really intense conversation. And then when that big profile in Vanity Fair came out about him, you can tell he's just such an emotionally intense person that like I can only see him dating artists.
Yeah. And like quite tortured artists.
Yeah.
That like to have long, in-depth conversations.
Exactly.
Sounds a bit exhausting.
Oh my God, so exhausting. But I'm glad they're not feuding. I'm glad they're just both
I don't think
really
they
good.
are.
Really good writers.
We'll see.
We'll see. I'm excited to hear the whole album.
Yeah, when we hear the whole album, which again, August 14, Lost Weekend, we will be able to uncover more and see if there's anything else in there that
I'm going to be
points at
studying
Gracie
it. I love this.
and Paul for that matter.
Paul.